There is a new extremely powerful strategy that involves the Desperado. So which tower in the Desperado is it that's so strong? You might think it's one of the tier 5s, but it's actually not, and instead it's this tower, the tier 4 bottom path Avenger. This is a tower that not a lot of people know about. Probably a lot of people don't even know the name of it or what it looks like, but this is it right here. It has its shotgun, and it recently got a buff to do a lot more knockback and damage. And when paired with pierce buffs and damage buffs like the glue storm, it's really good, especially in least cost chimps mode, where I'm going to be showcasing it here on X Factor chimps, and I'm going to be getting nearly 90,000 cash there. Plus, it's also great on a ton of other maps, not just X Factor, so I'll be looking at some showcases of that a little bit later on in some other runs. So generally overall, it's a really cool tower, extremely interesting. It's a bit different to set up as it's a Desperado. Its placements and stuff like that is going to be super nation, probably kind of difficult for most to put together, but if you can put it together, it's really great and just a really awesome strategy to see. So I'm going to be starting off with just the regular start here. I'm going to be doing a dart sniper to another dart and another sniper, and I'll be getting my Desperados here. This placement is really key because of the Nomad upgrade, where it wants to be away from other towers and alone in a sense. This doesn't matter for the regular gun, but for the shotgun it is very important because I want to get at least 2 stacks on the shotgun. 3 is really good, but ideally probably only going to be getting 2, especially if you pair them up, because you might want usually 2 together, so you could do 2 pairs of 2 or 2 and then 1. For here, I'm going to be able to get away with just 3 of them, so I'm going to be doing 3 of them kind of in this strange looking pattern, but they want to be able to get Alk buff and Village without being in range with the shotgun of other stuff. So it's a little bit tricky to set up, but you'll see kind of how I set it up a little bit later. So moving on into the mid-game, you'll notice I am not placing Geraldo. That's because I will of course be using the funny little Geraldo restock trick where we just have Geraldo restock on round 98. For advanced maps, you place him a little bit in, I believe it's round 51. Expert maps, it's round 57 for the round 98 restock, so that's going to be coming in a very big clutch. And Geraldo is going to be so important because of the Sharpstone, which gives +2 pierce. So basically, the whole thing about this strategy, it does a ton of damage because the Desperados make, the bottom path Desperado makes a lot of little shrapnels. It has very low pierce, very low damage. So basically what that means is that if we ramp up its pierce, and we can do that with Sharpstone, which is +2 pierce, then the Alk buff, if we have Stim, is another 2 pierce, that's 4 pierce, and then we can get a 5th pierce from the primary training, so that's 5 pierce. That's a lot more pierce. And then on top of that, as it has low damage, we can ramp up its damage. Alk buff is going to be giving +1, and then the Glue Storm that we'll get later is going to be another +2, so that's going to be +3 together. So it's a lot more damage. Plus, when we keep them far away, they retain very good attack speed, So it just becomes really, really insane because of all of the shrapnel that's literally everywhere. And if we ramp up piercing damage, because it's a primary tower, it's very easy to do that. It's just going to become very, very good. So the mid game honestly is going to be the hardest part. If you're doing this in a black border, I recommend just having something else kind of carry you through the mid game, because these guys all together just have some weaknesses in the mid game. They're really weak to these leads, like on round 59. I'm gonna have a lot of trouble kind of taking them out, especially on future maps like Tricky Tracks, where the round 59 ends up being pretty brutal. And just because I'm saving money, I'm not going to be getting anything else for it. Of course, I want cash spare, so that's just kind of difficult for black borders. You definitely can use this with black border strategies. I recommend having something that kind of helps out through the early game and helps out through the mid game. You don't need like a total carry. The Avengers getting one up, it will do a lot of damage, the blocking Moabs in particular, and some group damage, but maybe just a little bit of cleanup, something in particular that will get those camo leads, and something that kind of can build up to that in the early game. So kind of that stuff then you can build into the Avengers, and it's going to be very, very strong as a black border strategy, which is really, really cool. So I have all going. I'm going to be building into the glue storm. Then after glue storm, that's pretty much it. I will be saving the rest of the money. We have some Geraldo items that I'm going to need, and for optimizations, there's a few optimizations that I actually could make here, and that is moving the entire strategy to the other side. Like if I inverse the entire playing field, it's gonna give some better outcomes that would make it so I don't have to spend that much more Geraldo items. But in reality, it's only saving about $1,000 these optimizations would make, so it's nothing crazy, but it would be able to push it over to 90,000 cash spare instead of just 89,000, so that's pretty cool. Finishing it off in the late game, X Factor makes some of these rounds, so 94, 98, very, very tricky because they come out of the thing in the middle, which just really kind of cuts off range of a lot of the towers. It kind of pushes everything through at once. It's just not very effective for taking out those rounds. So I would be able to save a little bit of money, really not that much money, I'm going to be honest, on items for 94 and 98, and it would save money on round 100 because it would make the genie stronger against 100. So those are just two little things. That's where kind of that $1,000 would be saved from, and you'll kind of notice that round 98 is going to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to have to place down a few more creepy idols. But with the Geraldo trick, I kind of just have enough. I can place so many down that it won't be much of any concern. But another thing you'll notice that these Avengers have crazy good knockback. They just knock ZOMG's back like it's nothing. So they're great with the Glue Storm, they're great against DDTs, clean up, ZOMGs. It's just really the bad that it's weak again, and with Geraldo we can use double genie to take out the bad with our restock trick. So that really isn't a concern. That's how I'm able to get so much cash spare. So I get the level 20 restock. We place down 8 creepy idols. It's gonna be quite a lot of knockback together with the Avengers, and with a well-timed Glue Storm and a few Geraldo spikes, everything will be going down. Out of the 90s, the hardest round, I'd say, well, in general for the strategy, is going to be 95. It's just often very difficult with what I'm working with here, which is kind of the bare bones strategy. So there's a few things that you could get that would probably make that a little bit easier. Sabo, something to deal with all those camo purples and camo leads, but other than that, it should be pretty good. I'm able to take down the bad here with double genie, and everything will be going down nice and easy. So that's 89,000 cash there. Pretty darn good. Very, very powerful strategy. I don't know how many people kind of knew that this tower was going to be this good. It did get a buff in the most recent update, so it's kind of good because of that. But I'm sure a lot of people didn't even remember what the name of this upgrade was in the first place or stuff like that. So let me know what you think, if you're going to try it out, whatnot, if you already tried it out, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!